everybody. Welcome to
Saki Doomy.
Welcome back, everyone, to Saki Toomey, the only podcast where we connect the dots between Diddy's latest drama and some of the wildest political scandals like it's a game of twisted connect the dots. So grab your popcorn, preferably the butter-flavored one, and let's jump into this roller coaster of Hollywood intrigue. Stay tuned. See you in a bit.
Saki Doomy.
Hey, everybody, it's Dedo. We're back. We're back here with an exciting couple of episodes coming up. I'm here with Casey right now,
Hello, everyone.
and we are about to delve in to one of the strangest rabbit holes I've ever been down. Ever. And this is all about how I'm going to tie back Hollywood to sex trafficking, through politics, through everything. Watch this.
Wow, that is a rabbit hole.
It is. It all ends with Diddy.
Okay.
That's why that's why the title of the last episode was the end of the beginning.
All right.
Diddy is in a lot of trouble.
He is a lot of trouble.
Now he's got guys coming out saying the same thing.
Yeah, I don't think his parties may not have been as partyish as they made it seem.
He may be the softest mobster I've ever seen in my life. Gangster, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
He's no OG, I'll tell you that for free. Really blows my skirt up. Diddy's latest legal indictments,
Battles,
entrenchments, I don't know what you want to call them. The accusations are just piling up now. They're just piling up and piling up.
which does seem to happen when one thing happens. It seems people come out of the woodwork,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden they've got a bunch out of them.
Isn't that weird the way that works?
It is.
Something bad seems to happen, and all of a sudden there's people just saying, oh yeah, he did this. Oh yeah, he did that. Oh yeah, this, that, the third.
Very true. So,
But
hard to know.
Diddy is the last. He's the new Epstein.
Yeah, seems to be.
And we're going to tie it back to it. Watch how we hog tie this all together.
See how this goes.
Watch this. Anyway, it started in 1996. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. I take that back immediately. Didn't start in 96. That's where we are going to start.
Okay.
We're going to start with Kevin Spacey introducing Bill Clinton at the 96 inauguration.
Yeah, I had no idea that was even a thing until I saw it recently, obviously. But I didn't know a whole ton about Kevin Spacey. Obviously, I know he's in a lot of trouble as well. Was, anyways.
Kevin Spacey's in a lot of trouble.
Right.
And then you want to wonder why.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I've noticed in researching all of this and going through all of it
Is
there's a couple of people, but there's one in particular that pops up every single place.
What, the common denominator?
You would think that's what I thought in the beginning, yes, is Bill Clinton.
He does seem to pop up for all of these people.
He pops up in every spot.
And he's not necessarily the only one, but yeah, the Clintons definitely seem to pop up in all of them.
There aren't that many that pop up everywhere, but Bill Clinton is one of them.
Okay.
And I thought from the beginning he was the most powerful.
Right.
But he's not.
So who do you think the most powerful is? Are you going to share that?
We'll get to that in the end, so keep listening.
All right.
So, Diddy's situation is crazy. He's screwed. He's at the end of this. We'll talk about him at the end.
Okay. All right, so you started with Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey is facing charges on young boys.
Is he still facing that, or is that over now? I don't even know if that's current, or I know he was fired from House of Cards and all that stuff.
I couldn't find any real information on it.
Okay.
Which is odd.
Yeah.
You ever notice that?
Kind of goes away.
Yeah. I believe there's a secret society somewhere. And I'm eager to point it out.
Wow. All right.
So,
I know he was friends with Clinton. He claimed for a long time, I think, that he didn't know Epstein. But that's not necessarily true. He had to admit.
Well, that's coming later.
Oh.
At the end of the show, we're going to tie into Epstein and Clinton.
Okay.
What we're talking about now is Clinton.
Okay.
Clinton has so many different question marks about everything.
Okay.
First of all, I loved Bill Clinton. I was a Clinton fan. I still am a Clinton fan.
Okay.
But after reading all of this, I had to start thinking about what in the actual frick.
Yeah, I'm going to say I don't ever really think I thought of the Clintons as being really great people, but they seem to be involved in a lot, and they've always been accused of getting rid of people that might bring out the bad.
I thought that was just haters hating, to be honest. I did. But then when I saw Kevin Spacey introducing him at the inaugural ball, and then Kevin Spacey's troubles, and then continue to read on. And we all know the stuff with Bill Clinton.
Right.
Between Lewinsky and Jennifer Flowers and Well, Linda Tripp was with Lewinsky, but that kind of stuff.
Right.
We all know he wasn't the most sound guy ever.
Right.
But in a way, how many of us are?
Lots of people are not. Lots of people are, but
look, I'm not the most sound guy ever.
right.
I try and do the best I can, but I fuck things up sometimes.
Yeah. So, and those are more personal things than.
So that's why I always thought it was the haters hating.
Right.
But he just ended up popping up in so many different circles that were just questionable.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what are you doing here? You're the president of the United States. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. This guy that I thought was so awesome. And yeah, I make mistakes. He does too. He's human. But these are mistakes that even I wouldn't make. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He promoted one of the best peaceful time economies ever. He had the ability to talk to anybody. He had the ability to make you feel warm and fuzzy inside. To me, that's what a genuine person is.
I think that's the job of a president, to be honest, is to be a good speaker and to make everybody feel good about things.
Warm and fuzzy.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently he was making you feel warm and fuzzy for other reasons.
Yeah.
Because Monica Lewinsky was only 22 when all that happened.
Okay. I don't think I realized she was only 22. Okay.
Yep. She was 22 and she had no idea. And he took advantage of his power and used it against her. And then when he was done with her, he was kind of like, go to the Pentagon.
Oh.
And she was like, what? And she sat there like a sad puppy,
Right.
waiting for him to come home. And he never did. Because he was never gonna.
Right. Yeah.
Because
He didn't need to.
Why would you leave like a racket that Hillary and Bill had?
Right.
You wouldn't. Hillary.
I think Hillary is way more powerful than Bill, to be fair.
Hillary is way more powerful. And Hillary is the one that started the whole, basically, #MeToo.
Oh, yeah.
Because she was a feminist. She had the first board of all females.
Right. All women.
And I forget what it was. I didn't write it down, and I should.
I don't know the name of it, but I did. I saw it. It was all women. It was
all women. You're right. And I believe like Katie Couric did a piece on it.
Yeah.
And she mentioned it.
Yep.
And that's where everything started to change. So the Clintons were great for that. They were great for the fact that they changed the country. That's how much power they have. How much influence.
But do you really want anybody to have that much power?
No, I want people to have that much influence. Like I could stand behind what they did to empower women. Yes, I can. I think it's a fantastic thing.
Uh-huh.
What happened behind the scenes, not so fucking much.
Exactly, yeah.
So it's like, how do you deal with the Clintons? Which way am I supposed to feel about him now? Because he's gone to Epstein Island. He's been in Haiti. He's been everywhere. And we're going to get into all of this.
Right.
And expose this. And the entire time, I thought he was the real heel in all of this. Then I found out he wasn't. Wait till you find out who is.
I'm interested to find out who is.
You'll never guess. You'll never guess.
But yeah, like I said, I don't know that I ever thought they were amazingly great people. In general, I think there's been talk for a really long time that they have not been good people. So, I don't know. I think they used their influence and power and kind of made it seem like they were doing really good things, like they were taking these humanitarian trips to Africa. And really, that was with Epstein and other people, and there were young girls on the planes. And I think it made it look really nice because people heard, oh, they went and did these great things. And there were other things happening.
Kind of like the new church.
New church.
Well, the church covers everything.
Right.
They use it as a blanket. That's all the church is.
Yeah.
Oh, he must be a good guy because he's doing it for the church.
Right.
Well, that's not what it is. Why do you think the church is in such disarray?
Yeah, I mean, churches are a mess these days, I think.
They are. So they're going to Africa, and they're guys in it under these churches. And who's on the plane? Celebrities, right? Like Leo DiCaprio's there.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey's there.
Yeah.
All these people. And it's crazy how often politics and Hollywood intertwine.
Very true.
Like, it's like celebrities are philanthropists.
Yeah.
This is where the secret society begins to build. Like, how did that guy get there? And I was making you watch the Bourne movie, Jason Bourne.
Right.
Where I was telling you guys that it was a tech guy that was backed by the government because they wanted to keep tabs on people and they were paying him. And when he said no, they threatened him. But they put him in that power.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like Zuckerberg. Like, how do you know that the government wasn't behind Facebook to tally everything? Which it was.
Probably was.
Well, they're obviously listening to you. And they call it algorithms. It's not algorithms.
Yeah,
It's a bunch of people with nothing else to do but listen to other people talk about stuff.
I think we already are aware that they're listening to everything everybody is saying at this point.
There's no way I can say, and there was a comedian too, and I'll tell you that joke in a minute, but there's no way I can say something like breads. And the next thing I know, I open up my phone on Facebook and boom, ciabatta bread.
Yeah, I agree.
That shit doesn't just happen.
Exactly.
It doesn't just happen. And it happens with everything, and everyone knows it.
Yep.
But we are all blind to it.
Well, what are you supposed to do?
Well,
what are your options?
You don't do anything. You sit there and it's like, well, there are options. You either have Facebook or you don't. Get off it. You either have social media or you don't.
Right.
Get off it. Problem is, everybody's so intertwined with social media nowadays that you try and get them off it. It's like gas prices. It's like they just get used to it and they keep going because they're sheep. And that's what it's all about. And it's that big black box on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they tell you. You need drugs. So I don't know of any allegations of sex trafficking against the Clintons.
Of actual sex trafficking, no, but they're involved with multiple people now that
do sex traffic.
Have been part of it. And he claimed, I think Clinton claimed for the longest time he hadn't even been to Epstein Island. He's been to Epstein Island. Everybody knows. And he was on planes with young girls. Like, there's no way. What they said, I read something about one of the accusers said there's no way that anybody that went into Epstein's houses was not aware of what was going on. Apparently he has pictures of nude girls everywhere and young girls that easily could be even said it's child pornography at that point because of how young these girls are, the pictures he has in his house. People that went into his house knew what was going on, and Clinton was one of those people and traveled with him on his plane frequently.
And we'll get into Clinton again later on, where he is definitely questioned in sex trafficking, or at least human trafficking.
And listen, and I'm not saying he is the only political person that was involved in this at any point, but he definitely was. And
he comes up way too many times to not be involved.
Yeah.
He just comes up way too, and no matter what. Now, the documentaries that you watch about Clintons, Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, Harvey Weinstein, whatever, he's in all of them.
Every single one?
Every single one of them. That's ironic. Because if he's not doing this shit, how are you involved with all of these people that are?
And to be honest, the rumor, when Epstein commits suicide, what is the rumor that you heard?
That he had a broken neck.
No. What do you actually think happened? Do you think he commit suicide?
No, they killed him.
Who? Who's they?
That's what we're going to get to the bottom of.
Clintons. They always said Hillary had him killed. That's what I heard.
Look, it's easy to make Hillary the patsy. It is, because she's not warm. That doesn't make her a killer. It doesn't mean that she did it.
I'm not saying she necessarily did it, but that is what everybody said. Clintons had him killed.
The thing about Hillary is the fact that she was the first woman through the wall. The first one always gets the bloodiest. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Hillary didn't do it. I'm also not going to sit here and tell you that Hillary did do it. It's easy to blame it on her because she's the one that takes the blame all the time. She's the one because she's got a rough exterior. She can handle it, so she does. I don't know if she did or not.
All right.
I'm not going to tell you that I don't think that she did, but at the same time, somebody had him killed.
Right.
And when we get into the Epstein episodes, holy cow, that's going to blow your hair back. It's going to blow your skirt up. I'll tell you that for free. I'm not even kidding. It's crazy. And the deeper you go down the hole and the deeper you see what's happening, the deeper you will understand who they are. Okay. And it's not the Clintons.
All right. But they're also involved.
I feel like the Clintons, honest to God, after all this, I feel like the Clintons are just the mouthpiece.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
They're the ones that have the images and the entanglement and the network to pull this off.
Right.
For they.
Okay.
Wait till you see who they is.
All right.
All right.
Edge of my seat here.
So, Bill and Hillary have been involved in many, many, many controversies.
Right.
Since he took office. Even when he was in Arkansas as governor, they had that Whitewater.
Okay.
That Whitewater they made a fake bank.
Okay.
And they stole money, I guess. That's what I got out of it.
Clintons did? I don't know much about that one.
No, the Clintons were, I think Hillary was the one that was friends with the wife, who, by the way, didn't rat. the husband, it was Jim and Susan McLean, McSomething.
All right.
Anyway, they were the ones that ran this little tiny bank. It was a savings and loan. And they pushed, it's like they washed money or they pushed money through it or whatever. And they started this little, I don't know, development where they're going to build houses, high-end houses.
Okay.
And it went under and whatever. And something went, I didn't look into it because it didn't pertain to this.
Right.
And by the way, I don't care. I really don't give a shit.
Right.
But that was the first thing that came up in his presidency as a red flag.
Okay.
And then after that, all of the infidelities. And all of the infidelities, plus all of these, I don't know, less than decent humans that he's hanging out with, really sent up more red flags. So now here we are talking about this. And he just keeps popping up in every documentary. And every documentary says the same thing over and over and over again. It's just like, it's boring after you watch one, you've watched them all.
Right.
That's how bad it is. You can't find any information on this stuff.
Not necessarily, no. It's just mentioned in the documentaries and...
You can find pictures.
Yep.
But you can't find anything on him in his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. You can't find him in his relationship with Prince Andrew. You can't find him in his relationship with Harvey Weinstein.
Right.
But he had these because he keeps popping up pictures.
Yeah.
So what the hell's going on, right? And this is how we're going to tie it all back to politics, Hollywood, royalty, and ignorant socialites. Those are the four things that are going to turn us all around. And you'll start to understand that everything you're told is basically a fucking lie.
I think a lot of things are lies. Agree.
And once we get through that, holy shnikes, we're going to be good. Or in jail.
Yeah, it's actually a little concerning, but
It shouldn't be
this.
It shouldn't be concerning because these are opinions.
And it's really all public knowledge for the most part.
And everything we've taken is from the internet.
Right.
So if you don't want this stuff on the internet or people to know, we're not saying anything we know for sure. This is just more food for thought. That's it. This is just like turn your brain on and get it off the TV.
Right.
And think about this for a minute.
Yeah.
Question everything.
Do you know who Ron Burkle is?
No, you mentioned that to me earlier.
So he is a apparently self-made billionaire, and he did some sort of business with Bill Clinton and was a very close friend of Bill in like the 90s. He was part of his Democratic fundraiser, trying to raise money for Bill and all this. They became very good friends, traveled on Epstein's planes, all this other stuff. I think the biggest piece that I caught about this, because he seemed to be involved in a lot of different things and different controversies and whatnot. He bought Michael Jackson's ranch a few years ago, whatever that is, Neverland. He bought that a few years ago. The biggest thing you hear, okay, he's affiliated with the Clinton and Epstein situation. He is apparently the godfather to Diddy's children. This random person.
This is a secret
connected
society.
To everyone.
This is a secret society they're hiding from us, and they give us this glitz and glamour show, which is Hollywood.
Right.
And I'm telling you now, Hollywood has been telling us all of this for years. I said it earlier on when we did the MK Ultra. That was Jason Bourne.
Yeah.
It's the whole Bourne story. They've been telling us about this stuff, and we don't believe it. It's like they're using the actual truth to blind us. That's what they're doing. That's smarter than anything I can honestly even imagine.
That's probably true.
Like they're actually telling us the truth, and we won't believe it because they would never do that.
Yeah, I just find it strange when you actually start to look at anything to see the people that are affiliated. Okay, so the Epstein thing was whatever, but how are these same people also connected to Diddy, which all this stuff is going down now? Like, why are they connected? That's crazy to me. Why are Clintons connected to Diddy at all?
Because Diddy's the new Epstein.
Okay, but what do you mean by the new Epstein? He's been doing this.
Epstein's dead.
So you think that they like put him in place? Is that what you're saying? You think they put him in place to be the new Epstein?
Do you think Harvey Weinstein just made it? He just worked that hard? He was a douche. He just worked that hard?
Okay.
No, he made the right connections and they put him there. They.
Lots of they.
They put him there. Wait till you figure out who they is.
Okay. I don't know.
They is about to come next episode because there's a big nugget in next episode to lead to who they is. And when you hear about it, you will not know. Most people will not be able to figure it out.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
It goes that far.
Wow.
It's that crazy. This rabbit hole is that deep, and it's a secret society, like I said, like the Illuminati, the Masons, whatever you want to call them.
Okay.
The Templar, whatever. It's that deep. And
Wow.
every single person involved in this has been involved with some sort of Ivy League school. And Ivy,
Oh.
I believe, is a cover because it's all.
What do you mean, Ivy? What do you mean by that?
You're an Ivy League school.
Okay.
If you grow Ivy on your school, you know that you're into this. It's a signal
Okay.
without anybody knowing.
Oh.
There's 11 Ivy League schools. There's 8 of them that are original and 3 minor Ivy League schools. Off the
Okay.
top of my head, I cannot remember. I did not write them down. I know it's Yale, Harvard,
Right.
Colgate, Penn, blah, blah, blah.
I don't know all of them, right?
Then there's the 3 minor ones that they consider Ivy League, but they're really not. Anyway, Ivy League, Ivy on the wall means you have a secret society somewhere. They're also, it just so happens they're also the oldest schools in the country,
Right.
right? And the oldest fraternity is from Virginia. I'm not going to give the name out now. I'll
Okay.
do that later.
Next episode.
Yes, because it all ties together.
Okay.
Watch this. There's a brotherhood. It's men and women. It's not, at this point, it used to be just men.
Only men.
Now it's men and women. But there's a unity, a brotherhood of all of these people. And if you end up going through it, like just a little taste, Bieber and Diddy. Bieber's famous because Diddy put him there. And Diddy's now indicted on sex trafficking charges.
Yeah, they're saying he
Told
did
you.
stuff to Bieber.
Get ready. Hold on. Hold my beer. Because here we come.
Oh boy. Get ready.
Have you seen the latest on Bieber?
What's the latest on Bieber? I'm not sure that I can say what I know the latest is that he wants.
He's questioning everything. After all this, he's questioning everything now. He's questioning everything that has ever happened to him.
Really?
He's kind of having a mental breakdown.
Well, I mean, from what I have read about the situation, he was one of Diddy's victims, per se. Is that what they're saying?
He and Usher.
Yeah, him and Usher. I don't know how old
That's
Usher
what they
is.
say. I don't know. And they say it.
Exactly. So what I've read is that.
Question they.
But is this only becoming a problem now because Diddy's in so much trouble and now everybody that's affiliated with him is trying to run for cover? Because that's the other piece of this.
Well, I'll ask you this right now as we're getting close to the end. You know, all the people that came out against anyone, I'm going to ask you this. I'm going to ask Kat this. I'm going to ask Keebler this. Same question.
Okay.
At what point is it your fault? If you claim yourself a victim or a survivor, at what point is it your fault? I don't mean to be I don't even know the word.
Right. I know what you're saying. You don't want to be inconsiderate. I don't even know if that's the word, inconsiderate.
I'm not inconsiderate.
I know what you're saying. So you're saying, listen,
I don't
I
wanna be
don't
off-putting
know. I don't
because-
know necessarily the details of what happened, what didn't happen.
If you were assaulted once, would you go back to the same place?
No.
If you go back to the same place, can you say that happened?
I think you can still say it happened, but I think
But you went back for more.
if you're going back, there's a problem.
That was my question.
Yes, I see what you're saying. So that's what I was going to say. I've read a lot of these things about people that have come out and said, oh, this happened. And, you know, this person was in a very high position in the company and I did whatever because I wanted to excel my career. And now you come out and you say, oh, hey, he shouldn't have done these to me. He took advantage. Well, no, you chose to do those things.
My thoughts are that's on you.
So that, I don't think that does it make the other person great? No.
No, it does not.
But
nor am I
you
exonerating them from anything.
You knew why you were doing it.
I'm not exonerating them from anything.
Correct.
Because that was wrong.
Agree.
You used your power, you wielded it in a horrible fashion, but you made your own decision.
But exactly, the other person also made that decision to continue to do it and go back because you also were trying to get something from it.
If you
so I don't think I've never agreed with those
If you did
things.
it the first time, then yes, it's on him or her, whoever it was, him or her.
Yeah.
If you went back, now you know what's going to happen and you choose to do it.
Uh-huh.
So at what point does the line get drawn? And
Right
at what
there.
point can you say, oh, he did this to me for years? He did it to you for years? He did it to you for years.
Yeah.
You can't complain about it if he did it to you for years because you allowed it to happen.
I know. I think we don't know the actual situation. I think there's situations where kids are in places where they can't get out and things like that, and people are afraid to leave.
I agree.
People that are choosing to go to a location and be involved with somebody, that is a choice.
I agree. That's why I'm just saying.
So I agree. I don't know what the Bieber situation is. I don't know what the Diddy situation is or how people got there or what happened.
The biggest thing about this is the volume of these cases. It's not like it was one person that did it. It's not like one person did it, then went back, then went back, then went back.
Right.
It wasn't one person. It was hundreds.
Yeah.
So you did this to hundreds of people. And how many people didn't go back? How many people never showed up again?
Yeah.
And we'll get into that on the Epstein episode, which is next. It's next week. Stay tuned. Like and subscribe. SakiToomey.com. Jeffrey Epstein, he's the biggest part of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Except he's not the most important piece.
Because there's a lot of other pieces.
The biggest part of this whole piece is the guy that we're going to reveal is actually the cog that makes this wheel turn. That being said, Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell are the biggest part because they were socialites. She was from Britain. He was from America.
Yeah.
They knew everyone. And they used their power to do that. And their influence and this and that and third. And that was the height of this. They're the pinnacle of this.
Right.
And the tip of the iceberg is really, it's Diddy. Diddy's the tip of the iceberg. Because that's just, from there, he's the new Epstein. And he's only been there for what, 5 years?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how long that's been going on for, but in the news...
He just took over what Epstein left.
You don't think he was doing it before?
I don't think he could, because I don't think Epstein would have let him.
Okay.
I think he did things for Epstein, yes.
Okay.
But I don't think he did things that Epstein was doing to that magnitude until Epstein was killed. And that's why Diddy has beef with the main player.
Okay.
Just saying.
All right.
Well,
see what you got.
That's about it for right now. Stay tuned, everybody. SakiToomey.com. Like I said, like and subscribe. Show up. Comment. Stay tuned to this because it's going to get hairy. And you guys won't believe it. What you're told is not real. I'm just saying. That's my opinion. Just my opinion. Anyway, guys, as always, be good. Hey, everybody. It's Dedo. I just want to give a quick shout out to my buddy Larry over at legendarygraphics.com. He's the one that came up with our logo. Came out fantastic. He does amazing work. And that's legendarygfx.com. Look him up.
Saki Toomey.
Hey, everybody. It's Dedo. Thanks for checking out our show today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, subscribe to us. We can hook up, interact. You can tell us what you like about the show. Talk about what you don't like about the show. Give us information and insight. We'd appreciate it. We only want to make the show better for you guys. Also, if you get a chance, head over to summitassembly.net. That's our sponsor, and you could really use some business. All right? As always, everybody, be good.
Saki Toomey.